I have seen enough. I'm starting to question whether Bronny James really wants to be doing this. This is starting to feel more like his father's dream. You guys remember those parents growing up that lived their lives vicariously through their children? Perhaps Scrawny Sean was captain of the bum squad growing up. He was an elite player in Dungeons and Dragons, but on the field, on the court, he was a huge embarrassing failure. The spawn of Scrawny Sean, he is a decent basketball player. As a senior, he was finally able to make the JV squad. But Scrawny Sean, he continues living this delusional dream that his son is good enough to make the NBA, when the reality is the only future the spawn of Sean has in the sport of basketball is if he's paying to play, because he damn sure isn't getting paid to play. I'm starting to wonder if a similar scenario is taking place between LeBron and his spawn. Now, obviously, the key difference between these two scenarios, LeBron James is actually that dude. Now, notice I did not say he's that GOAT. There's only one GOAT in the NBA, and his name is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But there is no doubt that LeBron James, one of the best players in the history of the NBA. Throughout his entire career, he has been chasing NBA titles. But now, the dream seems to have changed. Now, LeBron's primary focus seems to be sharing an NBA court with his son. Problem is, I'm starting to wonder if Bronny James shares that same dream. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. It is abundantly clear at this point that Bronny James is not an NBA caliber player. From what I have seen the past 3 games, Bronny James, he's not a G League caliber player. Hell, I'm starting to wonder how he qualified to play in the Summer League. And I'm not the only one seeing this. Jaylen Brown, NBA champion, NBA All-Star, first team All-NBA. He was in Las Vegas last night watching Bronny James attempt to play basketball. He didn't know it at the time, but someone was recording Jaylen Brown as he was talking to an unknown female. Now, due to being unknown, it is entirely possible that this young lady plays pretend basketball in the WNBA. So, she might be qualified to analyze scrubs, while Jaylen Brown, he is definitely qualified to analyze players who actually have the ability to play in the NBA. Now, there was no audio on the video, but lip readers, they determined that the unknown female said, "I'm sure Bronny James is going to be playing in the G League." Yeah, at this point, the G League is a dream. From what I have seen through 3 games, Bronny James, he would be lucky to make the rec team at the local YMCA. He would have to pay double the registration fees for a spot on the bench. Jaylen Brown, though, he gave a more honest assessment. The assessment from Jaylen Brown, it was more realistic. Jaylen Brown, he was recorded saying, "I don't think Bronny James is a pro." Not only is he captain for the Celtics, he's also Captain Obvious. For some unknown reason, though, Skip Bayless, he's been taking it extremely easy on Bronny James. According to Skip Bayless, "I know Bronny looks bad in Summer League, but maybe he will play better when he is surrounded by NBA players. Yeah, maybe Bronny's a system player. Once he's playing with NBA players, I'm sure Bronny's gonna shine." What? No wonder Fox Sports fired your ass. We're going to get into that later this afternoon. I've been telling you guys for months that the media career of Skip Bayless was running on borrowed time. Last night, time ran out. But I'm struggling to understand his logic with Bronny James. If he can't dominate scrubs, how in the hell is he going to play better against actual NBA players? You're telling me that Bronny James will look better because he has 4 teammates on the court that actually know how to play professional basketball? That's like saying the steaming turd will look better next to the polished turd. Sure, some of that polish might rub off on the steaming turd, but at the end of the day, it still stinks. There is no disguising the smell, just like there is no disguising the fact that Bronny James, he is not a professional basketball player. Over the past few months, all I have heard about is the defense of Bronny James. Bronny is a natural defender. He has great instincts. When someone's getting ready to shoot, Bronny instinctively knows to put his hands up. I've watched portions of all three of Bronny James' Summer League games. I haven't been all that impressed with his defense. Now, that does not mean he hasn't made good plays here and there, but even a huge embarrassing failure like CNN lucks into success every now and then. The only huge embarrassing failure I can think of that has never tasted success, Bronny Jones. The other night, Reed Shepherd, he made Bronny James look like a preschooler. I have seen defenders of Bronny James claim that he's not giving maximum effort. Once he's playing at the NBA level, you will see his elite defense. If he's not giving maximum effort in Summer League, why should anyone expect him to give maximum effort over an 82-game season? If he can't give maximum effort in 3 games, how is he going to do that over 82 games? This is pure speculation on my part, but I think the lack of effort that we are seeing from Bronny James, I think it's due to a complete lack of confidence. This kid has no confidence in his lack of abilities. The other night, Bronny James was asked about his offensive offense. He politely told the media, and that's one thing I will always give him credit for. Bronny James, always polite, always respectful. Good kid. You can tell that he was raised right, but good character, that can only take you so far. Once you step onto the court, no one gives a shit about your character. Mother Teresa was a great woman, a woman with high character. She made a lot of positive contributions to the world. I don't want Mother Teresa on my basketball team. Why? She can't make shots, and neither can Bronny James. The other night, he was asked about his allergen to offense. Bronny James said, "I'm feeling a little bit depressed. I'm in a bit of a slump." A what? A what? A slump? You think you're in a slump? Clearly, Bronny James doesn't know the definition of a slump, so I will politely define it. In terms of sports, a slump would be defined as a period of time when a player is not performing to their expectations. For example, Steph Curry goes through a stretch of 5 or 10 games where he's shooting 35% from 3. I think 35% is around the NBA average for three-point shooting, but Steph Curry, he's an elite shooter. He's shooting nearly 43% from 3 his entire career. 10 games at league average for Steph Curry, that is a slump. Bronny James is not in a slump. Matter of fact, Bronny James isn't even qualified to be in a slump because expectations for Bronny James don't exist. In order to be in a slump, you first have to be at a peak. This is not a slump for Bronny James, it's a reality check. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. First of all, the only way to get out of a shooting slump is to keep shooting. I watched J.J. Redick his entire NBA career. J.J. Redick was a career role player, but it didn't matter how bad he was shooting. When J.J. Redick got wide open looks, he was shooting it. Last night, Bronny James took a grand total of 4 shots. How in the hell are you getting out of a slump by taking 4 shots in 4 quarters of basketball? Now, of course, once you see 25% of the shots that Bronny James took, you'll quickly understand why he's afraid to shoot. Last night, Bronny James, wide open corner 3. If you're going to be an NBA player, this is one of the easiest shots in the league. Herb Jones, for example. Herb Jones is not a respected three-point shooter. He shot over 40% last year, but NBA defenses, they are not running Herb Jones off the three-point line. The reason he is wide open for corner threes is because 10 eyes are focused on Zion Williamson. Last night, Bronny James, wide open look from the corner. At minimum, You would expect an NBA caliber player to hit the rim. Hell, hit the backboard, hit the shot clock, hit the bottom of the net, hit something, just hit something. Bronny James, he was like a virgin on his first date. The only thing the ball was making contact with was the air. Watch for yourself. I know I keep saying this, but I feel bad for Bronny James. This kid has been lied to, and he keeps getting lied to by the Lakers. Dane Johnson, head coach for the Lakers in Summer League, Dane Johnson said, Bronny's going to have a long career. Where? Where is he going to have a long career? Is he going to start a YouTube channel where he plays video games? He might have a long career doing that because the only thing that Bronny James has won at Summer League is some doofus tournament in Call of Duty. I'm the Summer League champion in Call of Duty. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. JJ Redick said Bronny James has been fantastic in Summer League. Look, JJ Redick knows a hell of a lot more about basketball than I do. Clearly, he is seeing something I'm not, or JJ Redick is lying to appease LeBron James. Me personally, I think it's the latter. I hope they're right, though. I hope they're right. I hope Bronny James has a long career in the NBA. But I'm starting to question whether he actually wants to play in the league. I'm sure it's a dream. I'm sure if given the opportunity, which he is clearly being handed, Bronny James is not going to turn it down. But I'm starting to question if professional basketball is what Bronny James actually wants to do. I'm watching these other Summer League players busting their ass trying to make an NBA roster, while Bronny James at times seems to be going through the motions. That's what tends to happen when things are handed to you. But give me your thoughts on this. Bronny James with another abysmal performance. I'm telling you right now, the Lakers are screwed. There is no way this kid should be playing in the preseason. There is damn sure no way he should be playing in the regular season, but they are going to put Bronny James out there, and this kid is going to be humiliated. Other teams are going to target him defensively. They're going to leave him wide open offensively. Like I keep saying, this kid is set up for huge embarrassing failure. Tell me I'm wrong. You convince me that Bronny James is an NBA caliber player. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. I appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys later.